In this screencast, I'm going to walk you through our schedule for summer 2014. This course has been set up in 2-week segments with the exception of the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks we're covering several different things. We're going to cover all of Word, all of general technology, and some orientation pieces. And so week 1 will open up and close, and week 2 will open up and close. After that point, we will cover 2 weeks of Excel. All of those 2 weeks will open. Same thing with Access as well as PowerPoint. Almost all of our assignments are due Sunday night at midnight. There are a few exceptions, so watch those on the calendar. They are starred, and they usually are blogs or some kind of thing like that will have a Wednesday deadline so that you can finish things up before Sunday night. The schedule will be the key document for ensuring that you complete all the assignments on time. I do highly recommend that you keep this handy and just cross things off as you go. You will see the list of things that are due inside Blackboard as well as inside My IT Lab, but this is kind of the easiest place to see everything all at once. Like I mentioned earlier, all the assignments are due by Sunday at midnight, unless those few that are due by Wednesday, and remember that late work is not accepted. Make sure you have it done by Sunday night. Everything opens up on Saturday morning and is due a week later on Sunday night. So you have 9 full days to complete everything for that particular week. Throughout the schedule, you'll see up here at the top, here's week 1, open Saturday, May 31st, and we'll close in another week and a half on June 8th, or not week and a half, but on June 8th by midnight. Here are all the things that are due this week. Now this course is very jam-packed because we are doing a 16-week semester in 8 weeks. So keep in mind how much time you need in order to get all of the assignments completed. Like I said, late work is not accepted. Make sure you put aside that time that you need to get all the different things done. So as you can see here, here's the assignment, and there's headings of which type of assignments they are. So we have several things this first week that have to do with Blackboard, the syllabus, the schedule. We have a Windows 7 quiz. We'll have the first section of Word where you'll get into a skills-based training and a grader project. And then you also need to start thinking about your research paper, and you want to go read through the instructions that are in Blackboard for that. Now, this class can be a little bit confusing because we are using Blackboard as well as My IT Lab. A lot of the content and all of that will be found in Blackboard. Most of your assignments will be completed inside My IT Lab, as you can see. That's why I've listed them here in the schedule so it's really easy to understand and see. Now there are a few things that do need to get completed inside Blackboard. For example, blogs don't work very well in My IT Lab, so we do those inside Blackboard. As well as the research paper topic, all of that will be inside the discussion board because it's really easy just to visually see what other students are doing and proof each other's papers, things like that. Over here you'll see I have the deadlines. The Get to Know You blog has a midweek deadline of Wednesday, which means you need to post your blog by Wednesday night. And then the responses for the blog are due by Sunday. And you'll see that in the instructions for the blog, and you can find that in Blackboard. The second week then will open up the following Saturday, close the Sunday after that, same type of thing, and so on and so forth. Now, once we get into Excel, here we have weeks 3 and 4. In Blackboard, weeks 3 and 4 will completely open up, which means if you wanted to get all of your homework done in week 3 for weeks 3 and 4, that's fine. You can then have a week off. Totally up to you. But the first week's stuff is due by that next Sunday. So this is all still due in week 3. But week 4's stuff, you can wait to do it in week 4, or you can complete it in week 3. Everything just has to then, all of Excel has to be done by Sunday, June 29th. And Excel Chapter 1 has to be done by Sunday, June 22nd. Okay, so same thing happens with Access. We'll open for those 2 weeks, and then we have PowerPoint and the websites, which will happen the very last 2 weeks of class, and to finish off class at the very end of July. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or post in the discussion board in the Ask the Instructor section if you have a question other students might benefit from.